Clown of the week.
Clown of the week. Someone who should be fired, to use Trump's vernacular, is HHS Secretary Tom Price. Tom Price, apparently, Rahul, was taking private jets all over the United States on taxpayer dimes. He
God
spent
damn.
apparently over $300,000 in private jet. You and I and our listeners have to pay the bill. And at the end of the day, he doesn't think he did anything wrong. Certainly Trump doesn't think that he did anything wrong. And this just reeks of last week. Remember when one of us nominated Mnuchin, who apparently wanted to take an Air Force jet to London for his honeymoon with his wife. And it's as if, the corruption, the double standards, the sort of complete reckless abandon when it comes to fiscal responsibility and managing taxpayer money. Donald Trump sets a bad example that everyone else in his cabinet apparently is more than happy to follow. And Tom Price, you should be ashamed of yourself for spending that much on private jets, especially when we knew they weren't for strictly government business. Kellyanne Conway even reportedly been on up to, I think, 3 to 4 flights with Tom Price. So, Rahul, it's very troubling, and he's my nominee.
What was amusing last week, I think that feeds into, a more clownish, aspect of his presence in the White House is at the UN General Assembly, where Trump was talking about Rocket Man, and he was, behaving like a general. Yeah. But yeah, by the way, Rocket Man is like a cool nickname. Like it sounds like James Harden of the Houston Rockets should be nicknamed like Rocket Man or something. Yeah, exactly. So, at this UN General Assembly, when Trump was behaving like a real Dotard, or Dotard, however you pronounce it. But while this is going on, there are these great photos that came out of John Kelly, just like his head in his hand, just totally disappointed, like, oh God, what is this idiot doing? He may not have been intending actually that, he may not have been thinking that at the moment, but the photos say it. And I think that went viral last week. And though that is actually like a natural human reaction to anything Trump does, just put your head in your hand and go, God damn it, what's going on? Even though that's I think a fair reaction, I want to nominate him as Clown of the Week because he's supposed to be, what he's portrayed in the media as is like, quote, like the adult in the room. Supposedly when they fired Reince Priebus and hired John Kelly, the idea was that he's going to come in with his military accomplishments, military perspective, and bring order to the White House, stop the leaking, make sure the ship runs smoothly and tightly. And what we've seen time and time again is he's just become a witness to the chaos that is Trump. Whether it was all the Charlottesville press conferences or this UN General Assembly moment, he does not really have control over this complete dumpster fire of a White House. And it's not his fault. I mean, I would say he shouldn't even be working for them if he was a man of conscience and, kind of good American values. He shouldn't even be willing to work for them. But, the reason why he doesn't have control is because, as you mentioned, it starts from the top. Harry Truman said the buck stops here. And the guy at the very top, Trump, is, a human dumpster fire, and the advisors that he's hired for the most part have also been clowns and morons. And there's just no way for, one guy, John Kelly, to be able to control all of that. And I think to think that you can pose any semblance of control, that's clownish, I think.